Welcome all of you again. In this lecture we also saw some numerical questions. The question is, at what angle the horizontal ball should be thrown so that the range is related to the time of flight as r equal to 5t square. So the range is r and it is equal to 5t square. We just put the value of it. U square sine 2 theta divided by g. It is 5. The value of t is 2u sine theta divided by g whole square. So from here it is u square 2 sine theta cos theta divided by g. It is 5 4u square sine square theta divided by g square. From here if I just starting cancellation, u square with this u square, g cancels out from here, sine with this sine, 2 with this, 5 into 2 is 10, so it is with this, so cos theta sin theta, so tan theta equal to 1, so theta equal to 45 degree. A stone is projected from the ground with velocity 50 meter per second at an angle 30 degree. It crosses a wall after 3 seconds. How far beyond the wall it strikes? So we know the u 50 meter per second. Okay. The angle of projection or throwing is 30 degree. So from here we can find out what is the total time of flight. It is 2 into 50, it is sine 30 degree divided by 10, approximately we can 10. So from here 0, sine 30 degree, sine 30 degree is 1 by 2, so 2 and 1 by 2 cancels out, so total time is 5 seconds. So it just crosses the wall after 3 seconds. Okay, total time of flight is 5 seconds. So after this 5 seconds it will move up to 2 seconds. Okay, so the horizontal distance it crosses the wall after 3 seconds, how far beyond the wall the stone will strike the ground. If I try to do this, then it will something like this. The wall is let us say somewhere here. Okay, because why it is, because 5 seconds is the total time of flight, so 2.5 in going up, 2.5 in coming down again. So this is the total wall, and this total wall is at a distance 3 seconds, at a time at 3.3 seconds, so it is on this half. So from here we can calculate the how far beyond the, so what is the distance covered by in 2 seconds. So the distance covered by the stone is equal to u cos 30 degree, that is the horizontal, into the time is 2, so u is 50, cos 30 degree, cos 30 degree is root over of 3 divided by 2, and it is 2. So the distance covered after crossing the wall is 50 root 3 meter. A bomber moving horizontally. So let us take, this is the bomber, a plane Okay, it is moving horizontally in this direction, and its velocity is 500 meter per second. Now it drops a bomb. So the velocity of the bomb, that is, we can say the initial velocity of the bomb is same as that of the bomber plane, that is 500 meter per second. Now the question is, which strikes the ground after 10 seconds? Okay, so this is the thing. It is 500 meter per second. It is the horizontal projectile, the projectile moving at horizontal velocity at first, so it is 500 meter per second. So after that it reaches here, and say here it strikes the ground. Okay, so the time taken by it to reach the ground is 10 seconds. So from here, in reaching from here to here, what is the height? It is the height. In reaching here to here, the time taken by it is 10 seconds. So obviously, since it is the horizontal projectile, all of you know that since the acceleration due to gravity is acting downwards, so this velocity, that is 500 meter per second, will never change. Okay, this 500 meter per second will never change. The question is about this vertical velocity. Okay, question is about this vertical velocity. At this point of throwing, the vertical velocity is 0. After it coming downward for the time 10 seconds. So if I want to say, that is, here the velocity is 0 and it comes here when it reaches the velocity v, so it have a particular velocity, and this time in reaching there, that is, if I analyze the vertical motion, that is 10 seconds. So v equal to 0 minus v, obviously because it is coming on the negative directions, v equal to 0 minus of g into t. So v equal to gt. G, if I say g is 10, then t is also 10, so it is 100 meter per second. So here the velocity is 100 meter per second, and here the velocity is 500 meter per second. So two velocities are here. The question is the angle with which it strikes the ground. If I say it is theta, this is the angle with which it strikes the ground. So obviously this tan theta should be equal to v by u. So theta equal to tan inverse, the v is 100 and the u is 500. So it becomes tan inverse 1 divided by 5. This option is correct. The coordinates of the moving particle at any time are given by x equal to alpha t cube and y equal to beta t cube. The speed of the particle is after a time t. So since x equal to alpha t cube, so the velocity vx equal to alpha into 3t square. Okay, and y equal to beta t cube, and velocity y component is equal to beta into 3t square. What is the speed of the particle at the time t? So if I use this thing, that is the v equal to vx I cap vy j cap. So it is alpha into 3t square I cap plus beta into 3 t square j cap. Velocity, okay, it is the velocity. So what is the magnitude of it? That is alpha into 3t square whole square, beta into 3t square whole square. So 3t square can be taken outside. So root over of alpha square plus beta square. So this is the speed. A boy is playing on the roof of a 10-meter high building, throws a ball with a speed 10 meter per second at an angle 30 degree. Okay, at an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. How far from the throwing point will the ball be at the height 10 meter from the ground? So the scenario is something like this. It is the high building. From here the ball is thrown. Obviously the trajectory will be like this, and here it will strike the ground, and the velocity of the ball, it is 10 meter per second. Initial velocity is 10 meter per second, and it is thrown at an angle theta equal to 30 degree. Okay, it is thrown at an angle theta equal to 30 degree, and if it is, the question is when it is again comes to the height 10 meters. So it is thrown from here, again it comes somewhere here. Okay, we have to find out the time after which it again comes to this level. So from here to here it is u sin theta by g, and it is again u sin theta by g. So the total time of flight, okay, so t equal to total time, not the total time of flight here. Total time of flight is from here to u sin theta by g, u sin theta by g in reaching the maximum height, u sin theta reaching this level. After it is continuous, but from here to here it is u sin theta by g, it is u sin theta by g. The question is when it again reach this 10 meter level, the same level from which it is thrown. So it is equal to 2 u sin theta divided by g. So it will be 2 into 10. It is sine 30 degrees. Sine 30 degrees 1 by 2. Okay, and it is g. So the g is approximately 10. So it is if I calculate sine 30 degrees 1 by 2, so it is t equal to 1 second. So after 1 second it is here. Okay, now the distance covered by it in this 1 second is, we can say it is the we can say it is say x. So x equal to u cos theta, u cos 30 degrees responsible, that is the velocity along the horizontal direction, that is u cos 30 degree. Time is 1. Cos 30 degrees approximately root 3 by 2, and u is 10. So it is root 3 by 2 and it is 1. So it is 5 root 3, or we can say it is 17.32 divided by 2. It is approximately 8.66 meter. This is the answer. A ball is thrown from a point with a speed v0 at an angle of elevation theta. From the sum point at the same instant, the person starts running with a constant speed v0 by 2 to catch the ball. Will the person be able to catch the ball? Thrown with a speed v0 at an angle obviously theta. From the same point of instant, a person starts running with a constant velocity v0 by 2, okay, to catch the ball. So he starts running with this velocity v0 by 2. So this direction is v0 by 2, that is the constant speed, and the component of it is vox, or we can say vox, that is vo cos theta, and that is vo cos theta that should be equal to is v naught by 2. So whatever be the vertical distance it is going up and coming down, it actually covers this, the boy that who want to catch the ball, or the person who want to catch the ball, he have to cover this horizontal distance, that is a range. So if the speed of horizontal speed of them are same, then he is able to catch the ball. So we can say this v naught cos theta, v naught cos theta equal to v naught by 2. So if he can catch the ball, then v naught cos theta equal to v naught by 2. So from here cos theta equal to 1 by 2, and from here theta equal to 60 degree. So he can catch the ball if and only if the ball is thrown at an angle 60 degree. Okay, option C. A projectile is projected with a velocity u at an angle theta with the horizontal. For a fixed theta, which of the graphs shown in the following figure shows the variation of the range versus u? So the thing is, that is the range versus u. The velocity with u, the range is basically changes, and since we know that the range is u square sine 2 theta divided by g. So if the theta is constant, then obviously r is proportional to u square. So obviously the option D is correct, because it shows this r proportional to u square. An aircraft moving with the speed 972 km per hour, that is 972, is at a height 600 meter just overhead of an anti-craft gun. If the module speed of the gun is 540 meter per second, then the firing angle theta for the bullet to hit the aircraft should be. So how we can understood this thing? Just think, it is the aircraft, and this aircraft speed is 972 km per hour. Okay, and this anti-aircraft gun, this is anti-aircraft gun. This anti-aircraft gun is at an angle, at a depth, the height 600 meter. The aircraft is at a height 600 meter from the anti-aircraft gun, and the aircraft gun is at a depth 600 meter from the aircraft. So the velocity of the gun, okay, so it is thrown say somewhere like 540 meter per second. We have to find out the angle theta such that when it reaches this height, that is the maximum height we can say, at that time the aircraft is here, and this is the one and only possibility to hit. So from here we can get h equal to u square sine 2 theta divided by g, and that is obviously equal to 600 meter. So we can say it is 600 equal to u square sine 2 theta divided by g. Okay, I just take it at my side. Now the time taken by this firing, or the what is fired, that is the module, to reach here, if I say it is the t, okay, if I say it is the t, then t should be the half of the total time of flight. That is the half of the total time of flight. It's the half of the total time of flight. But that is we can say that is the particular case. It may be thrown at some angle. It may be thrown at some angle, whatever it be, because this condition is not given here. So we can take the time taken by it is small t. Okay, that the anti-aircraft from starting here to reach here, and this aircraft gun, that is the firing from the aircraft gun to reach here, the time taken is t. So we can say the displacement of aircraft obviously along this line should be equal to from here to here. If these things should be equal to here, and what is this? It is the horizontal distance covered by the firing ball or cannon ball that is ejected from the anti-aircraft gun. There is a displacement of the fireball along the horizontal direction. The vertical direction is not important now if I don't consider this thing. Along the horizontal. Okay. So the displacement of the aircraft is, we can say it is 972 into 5 by 80, to converting into the meter per second, converting the kilometer per hour into meter per second, and this is the time, say. And this horizontal component of this velocity, we can say it is 540 u cos theta into t. So this t cancels out, and from here you have to find out the cos theta. So it is 5 8 ja 90, and it is 54. It is 54, and from here we can say the cos theta equal to 54 into 5 divided by 540. So from here it is 1 by 2, and from here it is t theta equal to cos inverse 1 by 2, and the cos inverse 1 by 2 is, you know that, and it is 60 degree. So it should be thrown at an angle 60 degree. I think this is the quickest procedure. We may apply this procedure. Obviously there is no obstruction in it, but this thing is the, I think it is the quickest procedure. We need not to calculate. We can avoid, by this procedure we can avoid the calculations. Thank you all of you.